Hi, everybody. I'm Irene Castillo, co-owner of Expose the Heart Photography, work from home mama for the past 10 years, and homeschooling mama from the past 4 years. And today I want to bring you a few key tips that I think will help transitioning into the work from home environment that I know many of you are experiencing today. So my first tip for you is to create a routine or schedule for mom. And the reason for this is that our minds are automatically triggered to go into relax mode when we're at home. And so routines go out the window. We automatically want to stay in our pajamas. We want to sleep in later. And I'm here to tell you, don't. Find out what type of schedule your job has or requires of you. Most of you know this by now, and if you don't, then reach out to your employer and find out. If you're self-employed, even better, then you'll be able to make a schedule for yourself that's ultimately going to hit all the key things that you want to include. Be sure that when you're creating your schedule, you're not just creating a work schedule, but you're also creating a schedule for you time. This is going to include like mind, body, and spirit. These are the perks to working from home. You no longer have that 1 hour commute to and from work. You have extra time, and I know you're feeling it. Use this time, and that's going to look different for everyone. Maybe you're binge watching your favorite show. That's okay. Enjoy it. Maybe it's just silence before the kids get up. If you're a gardener, if you want to read a book, take that time to just do something for you. You're going to need to set up a designated workstation. This doesn't have to be an elaborate setup. It can be a home office. It can be a corner of your kitchen table. It can be a closet. Whatever that looks like for you, what's important is that you are creating a boundary so that your family knows that when you're in this area, in this designated area, that they're mindful that you're working. And also that when you are in this area, you're mentally prepared that you're at work. And when you're not in this area, you're at home and you're in rest. You can have multiple locations in your home. It's entirely up to you. For me, I have multiple workstations throughout my house. An example of that is I have a workstation in my home studio. I have a workstation in my home office. In the homeschool room, I have a designated area for work. In Luna's room and in the sunroom, I have designated spaces that I work. Whatever works for you is fine. The key is just to make sure that you are creating those boundaries for yourself and for your family. My second tip for you is to create a schedule or routine for family. Your children have been on a schedule. When they were at school, they had a schedule with their teacher. And so I encourage you to reach out to their teachers, find out what their day looked like. What time did they take naps? What time did they have lunch? What time was downtime or playtime or independent playtime? These things will help you to determine what your child is used to. And I know that because you're also working from home, you're not going to do them at the same time, but maybe there's some type of balance there that you might be able to find that will allow your child a little bit of normalcy. This is a big change for us, but it's a big change for them too. Their worlds are so small, and so something of this type of magnitude is big. It's big in their world. And so they're feeling it just as much, if not more than we are. So if you can find something to give them a little bit of normalcy in their day, that's going to make this transition for them and for you so much smoother. Make it fun for the family. Include them in it. I know that with some of the younger kids, they want to be involved with decision making. Let them feel important. Ask them what they want to see in the schedule, what they would like to do. Within reason, of course, and still practicing, social distancing and whatever we've got going on at this time. Make sure that you're including them, that you're letting them have a voice. That's going to help them feel as though they are in control of the situation too. Ensure that the schedule is doing things that your family can do together, but also time that they can have as individuals. And the reason for this is you're living together 24/7 now. We're not going anywhere. And so I don't know how big your home is, but my house is not the biggest house. And so spending all that time together in the same space can start to feel just a little cramped. And so having those boundaries, having that time where you're going to spend together, but also having a schedule of time where you're going to allow somebody to do things on their own and have some alone time, it helps create just a feeling of like nobody's getting their feelings hurt if somebody doesn't want to play with them because they know it's their time. They're already expecting it. So just be mindful of that. It's going to help everyone to feel again like that they have a say, that they have some time for themselves, and that they're not feeling crowded. My third tip to you is to socialize. Yep, socialize. Even with your spouse there, even with your children there, working from home could be lonely. And I learned that very early on. I went from working in a mortgage company that the department I worked in housed 300 plus employees at any given time. I was responsible for 15 to 20 people on my team. And we did so many things that at the time I absolutely hated that were team building exercises, team meetings. I mean, we were just always together, and it honestly killed me. Moving from that environment to being self-employed and working from home independently, oh my goodness, it was mind-blowing. It was just a drastic change that I was not prepared for. And so I don't know if you're feeling this, but if you are, you know what I'm talking about. And if you aren't, maybe you will. But hopefully this tip will help you so that you can avoid it or you can minimize it, because it's hard. I went from having all of the inner office chisme, you know, the gossip. There was no gossip at home. It was just me there in front of a computer. There was nobody to bounce ideas off of, nobody to pat me on the back when I made a sale or did something great. And so that was really hard. So I encourage you to socialize. If there was something that you used to do, like maybe you went to lunch every day with the same coworker, reach out to that coworker and ask them, hey, do you want to have lunch? Schedule that in and let the family know, hey, on Tuesdays I have lunch with Susan. And that might look like a Zoom meeting. It might be a FaceTime call, whatever that looks like. Enjoy it. Create that normalcy for you to make this transition as smooth as possible. When I say socialize, it doesn't just have to go with coworkers, but this can be applied to your family and your friends as well. Find different ways to socialize with them and to communicate with them. It's a weird time for us all. They're feeling the isolation just as much as you are. They're missing you. My daughter is missing her grandparents in a way that really seriously hits me at my core. And so we are just trying to find different ways to bring back the normalcy and to give that connection. We are naturally, as human beings, we are naturally meant to be together and connected. And so finding ways to hold on to and nurture those relationships that we've grown, it's important. It's what we need to do. At the very least, I want you to find a group that you can connect with. This can be, you know, social media groups, a forum, networking groups, people that have similar interests as you, that are not just specifically related to work and that are not just like your current friends and family, but this is the opportunity for you to grow your network, make connections. Right now, the world is connected. We are all going through something together. And so being able to share these moments that are very intimate with one another is allowing us to connect in different levels. And so we've got to think outside the box and just be a little bit more positive about what's going on and use this to build relationships. These tips might seem a little generalized, and that was my intent. I've had so many people reaching out to me, asking me questions about what I went through early on, how I overcame it. And so I really wanted to set a good foundation for you. This is new to me as far as somebody coming to me and wanting to know about this experience of my business. And so I wanted to make sure that I answered those questions for you, but I want to hear from you. Have you experienced this as well? If so, leave it in the comments. If you haven't, Share with me, what kind of questions do you have? What do you want to hear from me about this? I've got 10 years of experience that I'm willing to share with you. So again, let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear. Give me some feedback on what you think about what I said today. The key is we're all in this together. We're going to get through this together, and we're here together right now. So I hope that this is helping you. I hope it's helping somebody out there. If it is, please be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you next time. Peace.